how I get a top medical college of India from 80K rank. In the last of the video, I am sharing 6 golden tips with you. Hello, I am Swam Sinha, doing MBBS from a top medical college of India. Unlike the most people think, hard work is the biggest deciding factor in clearing a NEET examination. But I think there is many other factor too. So, because I worked the hardest in my first attempt, but I failed. What went wrong? Number 1. I did hard work in my first attempt, but it is very unstructured and haphazard. I randomly used to pick up the subjects and start a study. In that way, I missed the most important topics as well. Let me explain you, as we all start studying with the easiest topic first and neglecting the difficult topics. As the result, the difficult topics became much more difficult and it seems to be impossible to cover that complete syllabus. And that's the point where the fears begins. Number 2, I did not have a proper revision strategy as well. So what we did all went to zero at the end. Okay, so you should have the proper revision strategy. Let me explain you how your capability to retain the things is gone. In the screen of your videos, you are seeing a graph between memory loss and the time. The first image you are seeing here is the graph between your retention and the time as it is loses. In the first 20 minutes, you are seeing you have only 44% in your brain. And after 1 hour and immediately at the end, you are left with the 10% or 15% of your things. And after the week and the month, you are completely losing the things. So how to retain the things? Now you are seeing the second graph on the screen that is showing that when you are revising the things properly after a day, you are retaining and you are actually gaining that. So how much you revise the things, that is important. When I studied at t is equals to 0, in 24 hours I revised once, and in the first week I revised thrice, and in successive month I revised twice. So when you follow this process, you will get to know that is the best way to revise the things. Okay. Number 3, that is the most important thing, is fear. What is actually happened in the last month of the examination, I actually gave up. I think this is a very difficult and for this attempt I'm not gonna do that. So what the thing is कि when you are in that scenario कि मुझे करना है, तो क्या होगा, आप डिमोटिवेट भी होगे क्योंकि आपके मार्क्स लोगों के मार्क्स से कम आएंगे, है ना. तो गेटिंग बेटर ऑफ समवन्स, यू आर लूजिंग योर कॉन्फिडेंस कि भाई मेरे दोस्त के मेरे से ज्यादा नंबर आ रहे हैं, आई एम नॉट गेटिंग द गुड मार्क्स इन मॉक टेस्ट. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू व्हेन यू आर इन दैट सिचुएशन, व्हाट आई डिड, आई एम शेयरिंग विद यू. नंबर 1, I process my emotions. I talk to the someone who is very close to me emotionally. अपने मामा से बात करता था मैं. So and the second thing you have to do in that situation, analyze your mistake very deeply. Where you did the mistake, write it down on a piece of paper and revise it, and make sure that mistake not gonna happen in the successive mock test and in your NEET examination as well. So as much as you mistake done in your mock, done it, because you will learn from it. Not demotivate because of your marks and your mistakes, because you think a very silly mistake I am doing here, so what will I done in the examination hall. Don't think about that. Only think ki, wow, this is the mistake I am done here, I am not gonna do this mistake again in examination hall. So be happy. Okay. Number 4, the most important thing here is discipline. So discipline is a main point here, because in your 12-month journey for a 1 year, you have to be disciplined. Someday you on a fire and study 10 to 12 hours a day, and someday not even for a 2 hours. So this is not a way to study, you know? And well, this happened to all of us. It is a very common thing. So what we have to do is we have to be consistent. Remember one thing, we must have to be consistent. Okay, because NEET is won by the discipline, not by the luck. Okay. Number 5, the most important thing here again is the mentor, because in NEET is not a sprint, it is a marathon, and in that 10 to 12 months you have to be consistent, you have to be stay motivated, you have to be follow the path as the teachers, as the mentors say. So you must have to be a mentor who is guiding you कि now the time when you have to solve the mock, now the time you have to solve a mock a day, two mock a day. So you have a best mentor in your life. So I am mentoring a student from where I got selected, and I mentor many students. Okay, so you can follow my channel, because I see the people who are preparing for examination go through the same thoughts, they go through the same questions: how to stay motivated throughout the year, how to get selected, how to solve the questions, how to approaches it. So all that questions arises in your mind, and drop it in the comment box, and I am solving it by through a successive videos. Okay, as I promised, I am sharing a 6 golden tips with you, that the tips that I am sharing with you helped me to increase my productivity and getting MBBS seat from a top medical college of India. The tip number 1 is you must have a time free from the mobile phone. As I am offline coaching students, and I just use, I don't use actually the phone, because I have a keypad phones. Okay, so if you are offline coaching student, I suggested you that you should have a keypad phone, and just talk to the someone who are closer, as the parents से बस बात करो, और ज़्यादा जरूरी है नहीं बात करना, है ना. So if you are online coaching student, you have to be restrict yourself to be in 6 to 8 hours to use a phone only for the lectures, and for the DPP, for the modules, for the extra book and question practice. You must have to be in the pen paper mode, because as much as you struggle with pen and paper, that the time in which you are struggling, that is the most important time for your life, because you are actually struggling and you are retaining the things in your brain. Okay, what happened in the online mode, when you are in lecture, you are thinking, you are getting that thing, and you are not revising the proper way. And I explained you that graph earlier, that you lose is the thing as you actually happen. So after the lecture of 20-minute break, you actually almost erase your thing that you have studied in the lectures. Okay, so you must have to be practice. There is a famous quote, you know, and more you sweat in a practice, less you bleed in a battle. So follow my suggestion, guys, and bleed as much as in practice, sweat as much as in practice. So please do pen paper mode practice. Practice your module, each and every chapter. Not that you are doing kinematics for 2 or 3 months and practicing from the different books, don't do that. Don't do that mistake. Okay. Now there is a tip number 2. You have your weekly plan, you have your monthly plan. You are wake up in the morning and thinking कि मुझे दिन भर क्या करना है, तो आप ऐसे अपना दिन बर्बाद कर दोगे. तो अगर आपके पास सप्ताह का प्लान है, then you make your week productive, you make your month productive. Okay, so you must have a plan, what you have to do tomorrow, what you have to do next day. So must be plan, you must have a plan. Okay, go with the routine, go with the plan. Tip number 3 जो है वो क्या है, वो है you should automate your task. What it mean? It mean that you wake up in the morning and get fresh, and you started studies 6 to 9 or 6 to 8, and you automate this. मुझे physics पढ़ना है, तो automate this task for next 8 to 10 months, because this journey be a prolonged. You are thinking that क्या पढ़ूं, or you wasted your time, your energy. So don't waste your time and energy in thinking what you have to study. Automate this. कि 6 to 8 मुझे फिजिक्स पढ़नी है तो पढ़नी है, उसके बाद मुझे केमिस्ट्री पढ़नी है, फिर बायो पढ़नी है, तो उसके लिए आप टाइम को डिवाइड कर दो. ना कि सुबह उठ के आप ये देख रहे हो मुझे अब ये पढ़ना है, फिर ये पढ़ना, अब क्या पढ़ूं, क्या पढ़ने का मन कर रहा है. तो ऐसे आप रैंडमली पढ़ोगे, यू आर नॉट गोना सेलेक्टेड. बी फ्रैंक विद यू. ओके. टिप नंबर 4, चेंज योर इन्वायरमेंट. Means you are studying in your bedroom on a bed. Don't do mistake. You have a table, a chair in your bedroom, and make sure you are studying in a table or a chair. If you are studying in a library, make sure your friend circle must be competitive. Not that you are studying biology for Neet, and someone who is preparing SSC and he is coming to you and sharing his experience for examination and that all. So don't do that. Number 5, use a timer. This is a must requirement. Use a timer for question practice, because you have a limited time in your examination, you know. So you must have a timer, because you are giving a time to your brain that you must to solve this question in a 1 minute or 2 minutes. So this is a very important thing, that you have to follow a timer for every questions you are getting through. So there is a famous quote for this: the greatest tragedy for a human life is not a death, it is not a realizing for a full potential. अगर आप अपना पूरा पोटेंशियल रियलाइज नहीं करते हो, यही सबसे बड़ी ट्रेजेडी है. तो आप अपना पोटेंशियल को समझो, आप कर सकते हो. ऐसा नहीं कि ये बहुत बड़ा क्वेश्चन है, हम ये 1 मिनट में नहीं कर सकते. आप दो अपने आप ब्रेन को ट्रेन करो उस अनुसार से. नंबर 6, डू नॉट पैनिक, कवर अप. क्या होता है, कभी फीवर हो गया या किसी भी तरीके से हमारा सिलेबस छूट गया, बैकलॉग आ गया. सो व्हाट द मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट डू, दे स्टार्ट preparing for the backlogs and creating a new backlogs. Don't do that mistake. You must have to follow the daily routine you are going through, because your day are full with the works. Your workload is too large because you are preparing for toughest examination of your country. Okay, so what you have to do when you get backlog, you divide the backlog in a week. Let for example you have 2 days backlog. Divide the 2 days workload in a 7 days. For example, you are dividing that 2 days work for a 1 hour daily, and you will cover in the 7 days. Okay, so don't do that mistake कि मैं ये बैकलॉग पहले कर लेता हूँ और उसके बाद मैं अगले दिन का जो काम है वो अगले दिन कर लूंगा. इससे क्या होगा कि आप पिछला बैकलॉग कवर कर लिए और नया बैकलॉग क्रिएट कर लिए. ओके, सो दिस इज अ 6 golden tip from my side. So remember one thing, कि you must have think in your mind you are becoming the doctor, and very soon your name is called with the prefix doctor. Stay motivated, stay connected. All the very best.